I have a question today for those of you who believe that we should pursue holiness, that we should make all our efforts towards the goal of becoming holy. And the question is, does God need your holiness? Or put another way, you could say, does God need you to be holy? As in, would God suffer loss, or will he suffer loss if you are not holy? Or if you become holy and then you slip away from your holiness? And people will say, well, no, he doesn't need you to be holy. You need you to be holy. And I ask these questions because I get a lot of answers because it makes you think. If he doesn't need me to be holy, then somehow I need me to be holy, but I can't make myself holy. Because I think the question answers itself. If you think you can make yourself holy, I think you're missing something. There's only one who can make you holy, and that's God himself. And this is not a joint project, the two of you together making your holiness. He's either going to make you holy or he is not. You are not going to become holy through that effort. So it's not that he needs you to be, he wants you to be. And if you can't make yourself holy, it would be unreasonable for him to ask you to make yourself holy. So when he says, be holy, for I am holy, I think we can see that he means something different than make yourself holy. He's saying, be holy, as in believe. Believe that I am holy. And what that means, what that all entails, why he is so sanctified, so separate, so other, is that he is the only good one. That's why he's holy, and I believe in that. And that's what changes my heart. But it doesn't make me God. It makes me holy in his sight. It makes me separated in his sight, because I believe in him and not in me. And the religious attitude or the religious life of making oneself holy is in and of itself belief in oneself. And it doesn't say in a literal sense, God needs my holiness, but it says it in an action sense. He does need my holiness. He needs me to be holy for him. Because that's what religion does. Religion is consumed with what you are going to do for God and not what he has done for you. Because you can't do anything for him. Again, if you're going to be honest, we just encourage you to ask these questions. Do you really think you can do something for God? I used to think I could do something for God. It was sappy. It was kind of pathetic. I was sincere. I would get emotional about it. But when I really, really looked at it and thought about it, can I do something for God in any way? Can I really impress him with my whatever, holiness, obedience, sacrifice, knowledge, wisdom? The source of all those things is somehow now going to be impressed with my strength in those areas. That doesn't make sense. And there's a block there. I understand that the religious person, and again, I was religious, I would just think, well, you just now think you can do whatever you want to do. Just go crazy and sin. You're missing something there. I don't know how to define it or explain it totally, because it's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual awakening. Once you see how much he loves you, there's no desire in you to go out and sin up a storm. It doesn't make you perfectly clean automatically. It just makes you see who you are. You're someone who is in 100% in absolute need of his mercy, just as much today as you ever have been or ever will be. You will never cease being in need of his mercy. And that's a wonderful thing. But if I can get some holiness through my efforts, that decreases my need for His mercy. It really does. It really does. It makes my righteousness of myself, which is of the law, as Paul said in Philippians 3. Righteousness that comes through law. Any law doesn't mean, it doesn't have to be the law of Moses. Your law of your particular religion, denomination, if you get your righteousness from that, you're getting self-righteousness. That is the definition of self-righteousness. And you're not going to get any of that, holiness or otherwise, on your own, except in other people's eyes. And I just want to share this because my wife and I were listening to a teaching by Budjen this morning. Wonderful teaching on the subject of spiritual warfare. And he really breaks it down. It's like, I forget how many, I think it's 16 or something teachings. I'll put the link down below so you can see it or listen to it. It's all free on his website. And it really breaks it down. But basically, spiritual warfare is a battle between law and grace, between the truth of God and the lies of the enemy. The truth of God is His grace and His love. And the lie of the enemy is he takes the law and he twists it and he uses it against you, presuming that you can become good or you can become like God by obeying the law, which you can't. And we've known that since the garden. It hasn't been possible. We became like him, the devil, not like our God, when we learned the knowledge of good and evil. We simply learned to trust in someone other than our God. Through a decision, we decided to trust in ourselves and not in Him. Trust in your own holiness, trust in your own goodness, trust in your own obedience. That's what religion has to offer. What God has to offer is He gives you His obedience, His holiness, His righteousness. It's all His through your trust. So check that out. See what that's all about. Take the time. As well as his other teachings on forgiveness. Those are awesome. I think he actually suggested today that you listen to forgiveness before you listen to all of this series. A lot of good stuff in there to learn, to give you understanding.